as a wise man once said, as the white people say, let's rock and roll.
The crackers.
Oh, make me laugh. My jaw's still killing me, bro.
It is the Strompcast episode 281. We are here half an hour after a very scary win, I suppose. Definitely on the edge of our seats against Marseille. Definitely didn't look like it was going that way when we started off. But before we get into that, let me, of course, introduce you to my co-host. First, we've got the main man, Richard. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. About a week removed from getting my wisdom teeth out. I'm okay. I'm a little sore. That game with Sporting today was almost as painful as getting my teeth removed, but we're good. I'm gonna try not to smile or laugh too much just to get through the little bits of pain I still have left, but I'm okay.
Fair enough. And Danny, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing a lot better after the win. The Jays are in the World Series. My parlays didn't hit, or else I'd be living in fantasy land right now.
Danny, somebody sent me a parlay. Some guy had I'll send it to you later. It was one of the craziest parlays I think I've ever seen in my life.
And it probably hit because he's a time traveler.
It hit when the Jays won the pennant. It was ridiculous.
Nice. He is a time traveler. I unfortunately am not. Therefore, I am still broke. But up the Lions. I know it doesn't feel that way, but it's back-to-back wins, and now we move on to the league before another international break, which I can't wait for.
Gotta love those 3 international breaks in 2 months at the beginning of the season. Said no one ever.
Yeah.
Thanks. And Chris might be joining us, but unfortunately right now he's not here, but it could be joining us later. And of course, make sure you follow all things Alvalade on all social media platforms. But without further ado, let's get into the game of the night. And that, of course, is Sporting beating Marseille, a 10-man Marseille. In my opinion, it should have been 9, but we'll get onto it. It was a 2-1 win. The goals from substitutes Jenny and Allison, but the starting lineup is as followed. Rui Silva in goal, Maxi, Inacio, Dabast, Fresneda, Pedro Gonzalez, Joao Simoes, Trincao, Hillman, Kenda Suarez. Off the bench, Ioannidis, Jenny, Diamonde, Allison, and Mateus Reis. Danny, I'll start off with you. What were your overall thoughts on this game?
Yeah, so I mean, we were expecting a tough game, and we got it. Even with 10 men, we got that tough game. Currently in first place in France.
Oh, really? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. PSG's off to a slow start. Wow. Back-to-back draws, if I'm not mistaken. PSG,
well, didn't they? Am I right in saying that?
Beat them or drew them, but I think you're right. I think they did beat them.
I heard the commentator on my feed say that Marseille's won 5 in a row or something.
Yeah,
so
they have.
Be shocked.
And I think you're right. I think Marseille did beat PSG, but it was the night before the Ballon d'Or, so they didn't have Dembele. They didn't have.
They had a lot of guys probably not playing.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I mean, Marseille's off to a flyer this year.
Good team.
And especially after the result for Pacos Freire, where we struggled against them a little bit. A lot of negative energy going into this game. We were supposed to get washed. And De Zerbi, I think, is a world-class manager. I don't know what he's doing in Marseille and why he's not in the Premier League or one of the better teams in the world right now. But I digress. We were expecting a tough game, and we got that tough game. Like Sam alluded to, and I guess we can just get started on it right there and now. This Beraldi guy should have got the red card right away. Suarez is through. He's the last man back.
Mm-hmm.
He chops him down. He only gets a yellow. Beyond me. But I mean,
through on goal, no attempt to get the ball, nothing like that at all. It's a one-on-one situation with the goalkeeper. It's a textbook red card. The only thing I think he didn't give it is because it was 2 minutes in. If that happens at 30 or 40.
If that's even 20 minutes in, you probably see him give a straight red.
Especially this ref who was card fucking happy.
He was card happy.
He was not shy to give a red away. So fair, I would assume the most obvious one would have been given. But all right, whatever. I digress. Even after that, we were, for the most part, we were still on top of Marseille. We had our spells in the first half, especially nothing threatening enough. Don't get me wrong. I remember maybe a shot from outside the box from Trincao. Other than that, it wasn't really much. There was times in the first half where, I feel there was a play specifically Suarez could have passed it to the left because Pot was going through. He decides to shoot it. There's other times where maybe Suarez should shoot it. He tries to pass it to Trincão, and it gets a block from the defender. It was one of those frustrating games from Suarez, in my opinion, there. I thought Kinda had another poor game. Kinda, especially in the first half, was not connecting. Do I even say anything about Fresneda at this point? I don't think he had like a horrible game, but if my fullback all he can do is run and he can't fucking complete a cross, I mean, fuck's sakes, we might as well put Mateus Reja fucking right back too, since we're okay with fullbacks who can't fucking cross a ball. Fresneda, he's frustrating because there's a player there. He can definitely run. I can't fault his efforts moving forward at least. But crossing the ball, poor. Passing the ball, sometimes he's even poor. And then that goal, I seen Igor Paixão do that like 3 times to Fresneda before he scored that banger. Super frustrating. The same fucking move over and over again. Just cut in and try to get the shot off. Cut in, try to get the shot off. Cut in, he gets the shot off. Golaço. Other than that, I thought, we kept them pretty quiet, and we had our moments. And then they finally get the red. It was off of a potential penalty. The player clearly dives. My favorite thing after they got the second yellow, Emerson got the second yellow in red. You see Rui Silva going up to Emerson and saying something in Portuguese, and then you see in the background Inácio coming in saying something Rua. He's a Rui Borges fan on the timeline currently, but now he's saying it to the opposition, which is great. And then second half was just us, and for all the criticisms that Rui Borges can get, he got it right with the substitutions. I hear the timeline complaining about João Simões. I'm with the timeline there as well. I mean, he's not above criticism. I don't understand this rotation of João Simões. He's not good enough for the league, but he's good enough for Marseille, for Napoli, for the Champions League. Not really clear on what's going on there. Not that he had a great game per se. I thought he was all right. He just wasn't connecting on the balls, but at the same time, it could also just be a lack of match fitness because he's not playing as often. But anyways, I digress. The substitutions were perfect. He brings on Fotis for Simões and makes an impact. He brings on Jenny for Kenda, makes an impact. I mean, he scored the first. I was actually thinking they were going to keep that offside call. We're chasing the win. We're still on top of them. You put in Allison for Fresneda. You move Jenny at right back. Who scores the winner? Allison. Listen, I was here for quite some time. I've been a Sporting fan for quite some time. How many managers, and we don't even have to go all that far back. The last manager that was here, how many times did we question his substitution in games that we needed to win? It felt like an anomaly, and in my opinion, he's probably the greatest ever manager to ever be in this club. Definitely the greatest I've ever seen. We've questioned his substitutions a million times. And in his current club, the fans are still questioning his substitutions up until this last weekend. So we got it right tactically. And again, it's not like Marseille exposed us. They didn't. And then, of course, the red card helps. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it's a different game if we don't get that red card. But we played our game, and I thought we did all right. We weren't perfect by all means, but I think a lot of it is individual mistakes. I think a lot of it is Pot trying to force something. I think a lot of it is Suarez getting the ball on the top of the box and not even hitting the fucking net. That's the frustrating thing. But I say all of this to say I'm not trying to be in support of the guy. I'm not a Rui Borges supporter. I'm not a Fresneda hater. I'm not a Pot supporter or a Trincão supporter.
What are you? Where's it going?
I'm a Sportingista. And this half divide that we're having within the club. I was just watching CMTV and some guy was trying to talk tactics as if he ever played the fucking game before. This divide that we're already having within the club when we're still in all competitions. We're 6 points in the fucking Champions League out of a possible 9. And the only game that we didn't win was away from home. We're in second place. We're not in 7th. And I'm saying this as a Sportingista who's lived where we've already been 7-10 points off of first place in October, if not September. So this divide that we're already having within the fan base for a manager, I think is just is just stupid. And it's like what Sam said a few weeks ago. It's like people are dying for a fucking dopamine hit. So they're just, oh, we need to get the best. We need to get another manager in here. For what? I think that people will be in for a rude awakening if we did end up sacking a manager and getting God knows who. It will be in a rude awakening from a lack of ambition or a lack of whatever. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe there are better managers out there.
Just to add to that point as well, from what I've noticed, everyone who wants him out is a young supporter. And I was thinking about it when we last did this podcast.
I agree.
It's because all they know is Ruben Amorim Sporting. Maybe they were alive, or were watching football, maybe like 15, 16, 17, 18, but they don't remember it as much. Their first sort of seasons would be Ruben Amorim and winning everything. And like, fair enough to have those standards, but they're also unrealistic standards. Ruben Amorim is a once-in-a-lifetime manager. We will never have a manager that good. I hope we do, but in my opinion, I don't think we will. I don't think Portugal will for a while. Like the whole big three will have for a while. Farioli's great, but there's still a season to go. We don't know what's going to happen. And right now he's shown he's the best, but who knows? It's the young fan base for me. I think if you ask the older generation, they're just like, yeah, Rui Borges is fine. Again, jury's still out. He still could not be the right manager. It's still early in the season, but he's got to get that chance.
Yeah, exactly. And
are you calling young
Sporting
fans junkies? They are looking for that dopamine.
Naive, if anything. Naive. We'll put it down to naive.
I think it's
naive
junkies.
Yeah.
I think it's impatient. I think it's forgetful because they don't know the Sporting that we knew. They don't know like you said, Danny, seventh place. They don't know Mexer and Cinema Pongol and the trenches like we did.
Which, by the way, which isn't to say like, oh, we're saying this not to say that we want this old Sporting back.
No,
we definitely don't.
No.
We definitely don't. If there's something that needs to be changed, of course we're in for change. I mean, João Pereira came into the season and he almost fucked up our season. Thankfully, we got rid of him when the time was right. But that is a different situation to what we're living right now. We're coming off back-to-back games. It was a tough game in the Taça. Like, look at any league in the world. Their cup competitions, no matter how small the teams are, sometimes they struggle. Real Madrid will struggle against the second, third division team. You're telling me Sporting can't struggle against the second division team?
I know it's Manchester United. They got bounced from the League Cup by a team I'd never even heard of.
And a manager we're well aware of, by the way. So it's this naivety.
I think it's different.
Yeah, maybe it's the young fan. Maybe you're right, Sam, or maybe it's just like the modern fan that just wants change. I've even seen on the timeline like Liverpool fans saying "enough is enough." Arne Slot out. Like, what are we talking about, right? Exactly. So I'm just saying, like, this divide that we're already having amongst the fan base. Just understand that. It's
I think it's Twitter accounts. I think a lot of it too, Danny, is just like attention spans aren't what they used to be, right? Like people don't remember. Yeah. People don't remember shit from like a couple months ago. Yeah, people don't remember
the TikTok modern generation.
It's all about what about now? It's everyone needs instant gratification. It feels like.
Yeah, but I'm saying all this to say, and this is my last point on the Rui Borges thing, and my last point on this game is. I say all this to say that you may think of it like, oh, it's just one, like it's just a few Twitter pages, like it's just the timeline. Who really cares?
Yeah.
But in Portugal, the media lives off of shit like that. If you, I'm a nerd. I love post and pre-match press conferences. If you watched it from yesterday on the questions Rui Borges was getting and the criticisms from the fans that Rui Borges was getting, you would think that we're in some sort of major crisis. You would think that we're 15 points off the top. You would think that we're 0 points in the Champions League, which, by the way, there is a team that's 0 points in the Champions League.
Just down the road.
Just down the road
with an election coming up very soon.
So you would think we're them. You would think we're them. We're not them. This isn't. Yeah. Let's not make the turmoil in the fan base again. Like, Sporting's biggest problem has always been Sporting. We're living such a great period in our history right now. Just let's enjoy it. Let's criticize. I'm not saying let's not criticize, but this fucking Rui Borges out brigade is just, it's ridiculous. And by the way, I would have been saying this had we lost this game. I would be saying the same thing. Exactly. It's too much too soon. I'm not saying the man give him a lifetime contract.
He's not immune to criticism, but
he's not as good. He's not as good as
criticism doesn't fit the crime.
Exactly. He's not as good. He's not
No.
the best coach in the world. He's nowhere near as bad as people are making him out to be.
Yeah.
Nowhere near. And that's it. That's all I gotta say.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
spot on. What about you, Richard? What are your thoughts on this game?
I'm not gonna add too much from what Danny said. Yeah, it felt like Marseille got away with one early on the breakaway. They go up early. I mean, shout out to Igor Paixão. He was dangerous all game. I felt like every time there was an attack, you heard his name. Very good goal from him. I'm not going to take anything away from it. He was the real danger man. Even though they have a known public danger man in Mason Greenwood in the lineup, but the less said about him, the better. But then I look at us and we get a nice goal from Jenny. Very good goal actually from Jenny off the bench. I'm very happy. And yeah, when they went down the man too, prior to that, like that, you could already kind of feel the tide shifting a little bit because we were still kind of pressing them a bit more than they were pressing us, still holding possession a bit. The goal from Alisson is such a funny goal in hindsight. The deflection it takes is ridiculous. Not to take anything away from Alisson and the effort it took to get to that position and get a shot off.
Yeah.
It's just such a funny. And I think his shot's probably going to still. I don't know if he's going to still score. He's probably going to work the keeper at least.
Yeah.
But the deflection is a goalkeeper's worst nightmare. It does the dreaded loop that every goalkeeper has. I've had goals that I still have nightmares about. The poor keeper. I felt so bad for him in that moment.
I need to see the replay because if it doesn't go in, it's definitely a penalty. No, like I think it hits the guy's hand.
It smacks his hand, so I think they would have probably gone back to look at it.
So either or, Alisson affecting the game.
Alisson affecting the game off the bench again. Really living up to the super sub moniker he's been building himself up to be. We also had the Jenny goal got looked at too, and I thought it was offside at first glance. Just like in real time, I was like, "Ooh, I think they're gonna look at this," and then it's close. I think he's just on. But yeah, they look at that, they call it, and then yeah, just kind of unfortunately devolves into pushing and shove, kind of 2 gallon nonsense at the end. The ref gives credit, but I get it. Like you got to you don't want the game to get away from you at that point either as a ref. Because it really, like you said, Danny, it wasn't really until the end where he was like, okay, boom, boom, Pimba with all the cards, because he could see the game starting to get away from everybody, and sometimes you gotta just be a card machine and show your authority. Otherwise, what's the point of you being there? It just devolves into chaos anyway. So no real complaints. I thought everybody played fine. No real standouts. Suarez on the 3-on-1 was kind of silly. I thought we should have scored to have a 3-1 game, but I think 2-1 is still a relatively fair scoreline given all the circumstances in the game. I liked Fotis off the bench. He gets actually an assist on the 1 goal. He was good. Nice to see Diamande get back out there. Rare sight of DeBast at center back. And I was happy to see João Simões get the start. A little surprised, but happy to see him get the start. No Morita off the bench or anybody. Morita wasn't on the bench, actually, was he? Or was he? I don't remember.
He was, I'm pretty sure.
He was. So, which is fun, because he played the Tossa game too. So, and I think he was also just coming back from international break with Japan. So, I get putting him in for the Tossa game, thinking in theory it would have probably been a bit lighter. Obviously, I think the game going extra time maybe affected some of the personnel choices going in. And we'll get into that game not long after this game, too, in a bit. So, yeah, I wonder if that maybe factored into it, the fact that he was one of the ones back from international break and he played into extra time. That probably negated him starting, and that's why they gave João Simões start. But I like João Simões. I like what I saw from him for this game. Good to see him slowly getting his shit back in order after injury and everything.
Yeah. Facts. I agree with pretty much everything you both said. The one thing that really annoyed me today is that from, let's say, since the Napoli game, everyone was saying João Simões needs to start. And every time he wasn't starting, people would go, Rui Borges, man, why aren't you starting him? And then he starts him. People are like, oh, Rui Borges, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I can't believe there's some people that I think they just like to complain for the sake of complaining. Yeah. Those people are real fun at parties, let me tell you.
Yeah. And I will say this game, I thought João Simões was good up until the sort of final final ball. He reminds me a lot of Mateus Nunes when he was here. I feel like they both have the same like dribbling characteristics, good ball progression, but just that final decision, whether it's the pass, whether it's the shot. He had a good shot, but I thought it was straight at the keeper. Maybe he should have aimed it for either side and he would have been all right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just the final ball. But I still think the performances I've seen of Jalsi Moyes this season has been better than anything I've seen from Morita or Koch. So I would like to see Jalsi Moyes going forward. But I do understand if you want to sort of slowly integrate him into the team, if you want to start off with Morita and then bring Jalsi Moyes off the bench. But personally, I think Jalsi Moyes is ready to start, and he has shown that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was good, just the end product. But I think you could say that about any of the players on the pitch today. I thought everyone was pretty good. But I will say, I thought Giovanni Kendall was going to be subbed off before half time because the commentator did say that Jenny was warming up at like the 30th minute. And I was like,
it was that a rough first half for Kenda. Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, he did save it in the second half. I thought he was good. He had that shot that really saved off the post as well, which is a fantastic save, by the way.
Snuck that in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was much better. Maybe that is just the case of going down to 10 men. But I thought when Emerson went, he was a lot better. But if I was Rui Bush and I was manager, I think I wouldn't have let him see the second half personally.
Yeah.
I thought he was poor. And Fresneda, I agree with what you say, Danny. I think he's got some nice characteristics. I think he's a good runner. I think he's a good runner of the ball. But he can't cross. It's his passing, it's his crossing. Even his defending, like for Paixão's goal, for that goal, he gives him so much space. And I could forgive it if that was the first time I saw Paixão do that. But he did the same move 2 minutes earlier, had that same amount of space, and nearly scored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fresneda should not be letting him have that much space again to score. And I don't think it's fully blamed on Fresneda. There's the Bass, I think, should have maybe covered it. And I think Paixão did have a lot of space in the middle. But for me, Fresneda cannot open his body like that to give him that space because we just saw him take that shot. And I think it was poor defending from Fresneda. Again, like I like Rui Bush, but I do think some of his selection issues sometimes, have me questioning. I think that's fair. And I think Fresneda is the big one. When Fresneda starts in games like this, I'm just like, we paid 12 million for a right back who's on the bench. Even Jenny or someone I'd rather prefer than Fresneda. And I do think Fresneda has some quality, but I just don't think he's starting quality. It sort of reminds me of someone like maybe a Mateus Reis. I think I'd rather have Maxi start, but Mateus Reis is good to have off the bench. Yeah. And someone like Alisson Santos as well, good to have off the bench. Jenny too.
It's good as a sub or in games against teams you're going to be beating, like in a toss or a toss lead.
Yeah, for example, Fresneda against Passos would have made more sense. And I know he ended up getting subbed on, and Vag had a horrible game against Passos. We'll get there. But Fresneda against Passos would make a bit more sense because at least Fresneda will bring a bit more energy there, and he's a bit more of a workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
And then to play him, like you said, play him against Napoli, play him against Marseille. It is questionable, 100%. The same with João Simões. To play him against these games, but not have him even on the bench in the league, it's a little weird.
Every coach has their guy though. Like Ruben Amorim had his guys too. They would be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
but Fresneda's not even Borges' guy because he'll drop next game in the league. He's probably not playing. It's going to be Vaginides, and it just doesn't make sense to me in that case, right?
And last year it was Jenny over Fresneda because he wanted Alberto Costa. I remember from
all the time.
Exactly. Mind you, Alberto Costa would have solved a lot of problems with us, but. I think maybe if we sell Fresneda, we're not in this whole. He's playing Travassos maybe more, But I guess because we didn't sell him, one thing about Borges that we can't say too much about Amorim was that at least Borges is actually rotating the squad a lot more, and he's trying not to.
We're seeing him try more things more frequently than Ruben Amorim did. I think.
Yeah,
because next game, there's definitely some for sure starters like Trincão and Pot seem like they're always going to play, and Hulman, who had a better game today, but also wasn't that great, but had a better game.
Yeah, I was going to say with Hulman, I thought offensively he was poor, but defensively this is the game he needed to sort of get back into his sort of the leadership presence. There was one tackle he did that was just on the edge of the box, and it was fantastic. It was like last ditch tackle. But like picture perfect, 10 out of 10 tackle.
And if he gets it off by like a second, it's a foul. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I thought he had a better game. He's been poor lately, but I thought he had a better game. Those are like the for sure, and Inácio, of course, and Silva. Those are like the for sure starters. But then everybody else, you have no idea. I had no idea if the Bosch would play or Diamante. I mean, I was assuming the best. but because Diomande's coming back from injury. But now with the Bast sub right at the end, how hurt is he? Is Diomande going to play? At any given point, he can throw in Mangas, although, Maxi should start every game. Who knows?
Yeah.
The right back, it's always up in the air. Kenda Jenny, that's always up in the air. I'm hoping that Suarez and Fortes becomes a good battle for starting position as well. Simões, Murita, Kosh, who's going to play. It's good to also have us not.
It's good to have options though
11.
too. It's good. It's good to have, because it's good to see, like, if something happens and Simões gets hurt again. Murita's actually played quite well this season for good straight. He's had a couple stinkers, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that he's kind of regained some of that form we know him for. It's good that if something happens to Kanda, Jenny can hop on and you can kind of trust him. And it's good to see, like you said, if something happens to Maxi, you have Mangas, you have Alisson. Nuno Santos is coming back soon too. We think. Allegedly. We don't know.
Who knows?
Good. We can neither confirm nor deny that. But it's like you said, and even like you said, at center back with Inácio the Bast and Diomande. Like the Bast coming off but Diomande is coming back from injury. Quaresma, we know, is a capable center back. Maybe there's some questions about him in a 4-back, but it's good to have options. We don't usually have this many options, and people are complaining that we have options. I just make it make sense.
And he's, for the most part, he's managing it well. Again, there's some complaints. We can definitely.
That's also having these options and rotating is how you avoid injuries, because that's what got us into injury trouble last season. Was Ruben Amorim's stubbornness to not rotate the squad prior to him leaving. And that's where all those guys picked up injuries that were just like Pot was gone for almost all the season. Every guy was out for multiples of games at a time because they all couldn't roll, except for Trincão. Trincão must have paid off some witch doctor in Mozambique or Cape Verde or something to not get hurt.
If I may, though, I need to say one thing about Trincão. Brother, you need to shave that fucking mustache. That is one of the worst mustaches I have seen in a while, buddy. It's time to shave that shit off, bro. Or grow the beard at least.
I'm coming next week
with the stubble.
Filthiest mustache.
The clean shave is just a little much, brother. It's a little much, but
I'm gonna show up starting November with like the dirtiest looking mustache you ever saw in solidarity with my boy Trincão.
If that's November, you're allowed to do it then. But it's
you're allowed
October,
to do it in
man.
November. Guy's been 5 months early, by the way. Guy decided to randomly grow a mustache in like July.
He lives by the mind. He has a chest tattoo that says November is a state of mind.
Maybe, bro. Maybe.
Yeah. My jaw's killing me. Sorry,
sorry, bro. Yeah.
No, it's my fault.
I was gonna tell you to mute because I was gonna.
I'm making myself laugh too.
I just have a few more things about this game. Second, we mentioned it earlier, but that Baladi, whatever his name is, he should have not been on the pitch. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously we didn't see the first live shot of Maxi getting sent off. It was like it focused on something else, and then Maxi just got a red card. And because it's Maxi, I was like, oh, what's he done? Like, it's Maxi, he's probably done something. But to see what he allegedly did, I don't even think that's a yellow. I think it's, coming together. Fair enough. Both players are at it. And I think he did give a yellow both ways, which is fair enough, I suppose, because it's like, fair enough, you're both at it. But Marseille, this whole game, you've got Emerson diving for a penalty that was non-existent. You've got Baladi in the first, 2 minutes giving away that foul, which should be a penalty. And then, I can't remember who it was on their team. I think it might have been Højbjerg or maybe O'Reilly off the bench who did that to Maxi.
Yeah.
Horrible team. And not to mention, the cases with Greenwood and stuff like that. What a horrible team Marseille are, man. I'm glad
for real. Also, Angel, I knew he signed for them, and then I forgot about it because he was at Lille for so long. But Angel Gomes going to fucking Marseille, like, one, I'm already disgusted that you took up that one England call-up that you'll never get a call-up again. Brother, you should have went to go play for Angola. My girl would have been fucking rooting for you. But no, you're now in, like, purgatory forever. And the fact that you end up on Marseille's bench when you were like an out-and-out starter for Lille. I'm looking at you, Tim Weah, as well. You're now a wing back. Brother, your dad is disgusted by you. Not only are you not for Liberia, who he's the ruler of.
Sick to my stomach.
You're also a wing back.
Sick to my stomach, fam.
Sick to my stomach, fam. Sick facts. Since the Jays are in the fucking World Series, let me talk like a Toronto man here to an American. I've never heard of a successful American wingback.
Until
Broski,
now.
if you don't get up the
They
wing,
don't exist. That's why.
if you don't get exactly, they don't. If you don't get up the fucking wing or get the fuck out of here. Anyway, sorry, that triggered me today. My bad.
I was just say off the bench as well. Allison is so good. Like, it's crazy. As soon as he got the ball, I was just like, every single time I was like, I'm fine with him taking the ball. Even if he did lose it and it went for a throw, that's fine.
He tried.
I'd rather him do that than, do the sort of pass back. Because one thing I did think, especially in the first half before they got down to 10, we were so slow with everything, like slow getting to the ball, slow passing. It just felt like everything was quite slow. And when they did go to 10, it was like there was some urgency. Yeah. But for the first 10 minutes of the game, I saw the urgency. We were all over them. It was that goal that changed everything. And I think it was just a drop of confidence, because I don't think they expected them to score that. But yeah, fair play to Ruborg. I didn't agree with the starting lineup with Fresneda mostly. To be fair, I agree with everything else. But he made the right subs. I thought Ioannidis was great. Maybe not in terms of finishing, but in terms of hold-up play and, getting past them centre backs. I thought he did really well. Jenny, of course, getting the goal. And again, just same with Allison. He's the same player as Allison, I suppose, when he comes on, annoying the fullbacks, creating that space. Really good performance. The only issue and the only thing I'm worried about is what you mentioned earlier with the Bast coming off, because Diamonde's had a lot of injury problems already this season. If the Bast is out, that leaves, let's say, both of them. Maybe Diamonde's not fit to play 90 minutes yet. That leaves Quaresma and Mateus Reis. We've got a fully fit, for once, Dutch centre back in the stands.
Crazy. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I understand why St. Just isn't playing. I understand that they wanted him to go, and I don't hold that against the board, but I just think you're already paying him the salary.
Yeah,
but he's here.
Yeah, I do hold it against the board because it's like exactly what you said, Richard. He's here. We didn't sell him.
Yeah.
And he wants
in
to
that
be
aspect.
here.
I agree. Yeah,
it's not like he's forcing his way out. He wants to be here.
Exactly. How many players have we had? I mean, we just had a saga this summer that are like, all right, I'm better than the club. Let me leave now. I mean, not to mention, we've had captains doing that who just retired, by the way, and Adrian Silva. I was watching Olympiacos because I also had a fucking I was watching Barcelona last night. So I was reminded of Paul Vince. I forgot this guy's existence.
Yeah.
He wanted out right away too, or Gelson as well. How many times have we had that as a club that finally we have like a player of like a senior figure saying like still trying to leave but not getting the right deal for himself, and we just say, nah, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna play Quaresma, and we're gonna get into it, had a stinker against a fucking a second division team.
Yeah. Also, how many guys have we had who we wanted to get rid of, who we couldn't sell, who refused to rescind their contract, who were dog shit? Tiagi Lodi, I'm looking at you. Like, at least St. Just when healthy can contribute.
Yeah.
He can contribute. And people around the locker room like him. Tiagi Lodi sucked. He refused. Rafael Camacho stunk up the joint. These guys couldn't wait to sit there and tell Sporting, no, I'm going to ride out my contract. I don't care if you can't sell me. I'm not rescinding. This guy is good and wants to stay, and you're banishing him to the shadow realm. Make that make sense to me.
At least he didn't get the right deal. All right, cool.
You didn't get the right deal. You move on.
We do the same to other teams, and you're telling me a guy can't take a career decision in terms of like, no, I'm not going there because of the contract. I'm about to have a kid. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We don't even have to play him. Why banish him? That's the thing. It's
utter woke nonsense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like we have his wage, and he's obviously not breaking the wage structure because he's been at the club ages. If he's still on the books and he's available, play him. Put him on the bench. I'm not saying play him every game. Bring him off the bench. Mate, he's with the B team. Let him play for the B team then. The B team are doing well. I'm sure they could do with a centre back off the bench. Or
they wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't hate it.
For real.
But yeah, other than that, I thought Ruborg got the subs right, and I'm very glad he did. It shut up some sporting fans. I don't even want to call them sporting fans because there are some people that want us to lose, and that is, for me, that is just crazy as a sporting fan. I hated Silas, right? I still wanted him to win. I still wanted him to prove me wrong. Like you mentioned, Thiago Ilori, Rafa Camacho. I did not like those guys as players, but I still hope they scored and kept clean sheets.
Yeah.
Because you should support your team no matter what. So the guys who go into games thinking, "Oh, we're going to lose this game, so Rui Borges gets sacked," you're not a Sporting fan.
Or the guys that are like, the moment we conceded a goal, by the way, oh, what a fucking banger. It's not like it's they like deciphered us. But the moment we concede a goal, it's like, oh, Rui Borges out. The moment the game's finished, we win 2-1. Oh, I still want Rui Borges out. Why is he not playing? Yeah, I fought these from the start. Why is playing João Simões? Bro, like you're not supporting the team. Criticisms are fair, but like to already be calling for the guy's head is just ridiculous. Like I said the last podcast, bro, just admit you don't fancy him. Like it's cool. I don't fancy him that much either. Ruben Amorim, listen, I'm down. I see the appeal. You know what I mean? Like, just admit you don't fancy him. You know, like it's ridiculous. I don't understand what the divide is just yet. At least we're not. This isn't sackable things yet. You know, like when it becomes sackable, when it has to be toxic, let's be toxic. I'm here for it. You know, João Pereira last year, I was here for it. You know, he had to go, but not fucking now. Not now.
But as mentioned before, we want him to go, but at the same time, if he turned it around, good. Like we wanted him to turn it around. We didn't sit there and go, I hope João Pereira loses next game, so we get sacked. No, we want João Pereira to win. So I just never understood that mentality of any sport. Because it's not just a sporting thing, to be fair. It's every sport.
It is.
They want, you can see it with Man United, they want Ruben Amorim to lose to be sacked. Why? Why would you rather have your own agenda be right than have your team win? That you're not a football fan or a sporting fan. You do not have the right to call yourself that. And I'm not the be all and end all. Like I'm not saying you can't be a sporting fan because of this. Yeah. But by definition, a fan of a team supports the team. It doesn't actively want the team to fail. But we can speak about this all day, but I agree with you. I think you can say that you don't like Rui Borges as manager. I have no problem with that because he has his faults. You can say that, no problem.
100%.
But it's when you get to the point of I hope he loses, then I think that's just ridiculous. And also for the reason that people want to say, oh, let's bring a Bell, let's bring in X, Y, Z. It's like you have no guarantee that they will hit the ground running. Look, biggest example. Jorge Jesus came in for Benfica, two-time champion, got Benfica to 2 Europa League finals and won nothing with us. On paper, that is a great manager. And you can argue about what happened, with Bruno Cavalli, whatever. That's still the same thing. You bring in someone like Abel, who's won Copa Libertadores left, right, and centre, and winning leagues with Palmeiras. Coming here is not a guarantee of success. It's not a guarantee. So I don't understand why people are saying, I want him sacked to bring this guy in. Because like I said, you could prefer other managers. There's no guarantee of success.
I agree.
But anyway, let's move on, I suppose, to Actually, let's give man of the matches, I suppose. Yeah. I'll go first. I will give it to... I think I have to give it to Alisson Santos. I thought he was fantastic. What about you, Danny?
I'm giving mine to Maxi. I mean, I thought he had a fucking fantastic game. There's a difference when Maxi's in the team and when he's not in the team. And then that one play in the second half, I don't know if we're up. I think we're tied 1-1, where he just evades two players. He just gets it off his left foot and just like passes it through, or like just goes through, and he's like in a world of space. Mind you, he fucks up the pass, but just the skill alone is just fantastic. I cannot say enough about Maxi that I haven't already. Even when people had their doubts last season, the fire behind this guy. When we eventually sell him, we're gonna see the hole he left behind. Similar, he reminds me of Porro, but on the left. The fiery fucking. Anyways, long story short.
Porro with shades of Acuna, I would say.
Porro with shades of Acuna, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Go, Rich. Who was your man of the match?
I'll give it to one of the super subs. You know what? I love you, Jenny. I'll give it to Jenny. I'll give it to Jenny. I really enjoyed him off the bench. And he really didn't put a foot wrong. It was a good bounce back because he's had a couple frustrating games prior to this. So Yeah, I'll give
It doesn't really feel like I've seen a lot of Jenny this season, just in general. I think he's been injured.
For a bit.
There's been times where I've seen enough of Jenny this season.
there was times like maybe a month ago that people were like, "All right, I've had enough of Jenny. Let's put in Kenda." You know,
there's been a couple times this season where I'm like, I've seen enough of Jenny, but no, this game I'll give it to him. He was very good. Didn't really put a foot wrong to me.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll say about Rui Borges is that he should have Brown Mangus instead of Mateus Reis. Just to see that mullet one more time.
For the vibes.
Okay.
Champions League mullet. Come on, man.
We're gonna get into postures, so let me just say it now since we brought up Mangas. I mentioned Trincão's mustache. Yeah. Mangas, this fucking mullet you have, just cut it down a bit, brother. It's too thin on the top here and way too thick back here, bro. You're looking
not enough business at the front and too much party at the back. Too much, what you're saying.
Exactly.
Too much party at the back, needs more business up
more
front.
business in the front for that. Let's
I'm
cut
picking
the
up what you're
down.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Respect, guy. Also, two fuckers with mustaches. Him and Trincão.
Crazy work. These guys look
this is what Hector Bellerin died at Sporting for, by the way.
He died
for these
Bellerin died for this. If those guys if you put like a picture of like any soccer team from like the 70s, those two would fit right in.
No, right in.
The filthy mop tops with like dirty stash. Oh god.
If you were to tell me they played with Yazaldi, I would have believed.
I would have been like, yeah, they were banging him. They were giving him assists like for like 50 goals when he won the Golden Boot. Sure.
He also Mangus reminds me of like a 80s wrestler, like someone from the 1980s.
But not like a good one, like a guy who just like a guy who like what you knew was gonna lose every time.
A tag team wrestler.
Like someone who you knew this guy was a job guy. He was just there to make the real stars look good.
Speaking of weird-looking guys, João Virginia was in goal. Mangus. Sorry, João Virginia. I like you really. João Virginia in goal. Mangus, Eduardo Quaresma, Diamonde, Vaginidis, Hjulmand, Morita, Pedro Gonçalves, Alisson, Kenda, and Ioannidis. Final score was 3-2 to Sporting after extra time. Very tough game. Richard, I'll let you start off with this one.
I'm still rolling from João Virginia. Give me a second here. Okay. Crazy comment from you, dude. Let's see. Where do we want to begin?
I can't really talk, but yeah.
No,
just at the moment.
Funny, I can't talk. I'm built like a bag of milk. Like I got no leg to stand on.
Everyone loves milk, man.
So. I was gonna say milk's delicious, buddy.
Great.
Apart from lactose intolerant people, but the majority of people like milk.
I'm lactose intolerant. You'll still catch me drinking some milk from time to time, man.
I was gonna say you're looking at one, dude. I drink the lactose-free milk.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, crazy.
Woke nonsense.
Gives my hey, sometimes regular milk gives my stomach the rumblies. I can't help it. Anyways, this was a frustrating game. This was just painful to watch at times. We go down pretty quickly, and it was just tragic. Credit to Posters, they did not back down like we had kind of maybe expected the second division team to do. It was just a constant battle. It felt like with these guys, like it was very back and forth game at times. Mangas started. He was okay. Quaresma, like you said, Danny, earlier, you alluded to it. He had a stinker. He was not good. Vaj did not have a great game either.
He didn't
Diamande was average. He wasn't outright bad. He wasn't good though.
He grew into the game. He started off really poor.
Yeah. I actually didn't hate Hjulmand. I thought Hjulmand was okay. Kendall was so. Alisson, I think, kind of didn't look great as a starter, and it kind of feeds in that idea that maybe he is better for the time being as a bench guy. Big goals from Pot and Fotis, though, which was huge to get us on the score sheet. They send it back to extra time. We get the 2-1 lead, and late in the game, they end up getting a late goal, send us to extra time, and it's like, oh, God, we're going to really blow. I thought we were actually going to go right to penalties. Just the way it was going, because it kind of looked like no one wanted it at one point. It was just kind of a dink around midfield for a bit of a stretch. And then we end up getting the goal to go ahead. It's an own goal, but we take it. There's not much to say. It was just kind of a disappointing game if you're a Sporting fan, in the sense that we just didn't look very up to it. Credit this Posh Freire team. They have a lot of guys who, like, I look like that. This guy was like a first division guy. I mean, they were a first division team not that long ago. Yeah. A lot of familiar names though. And yeah, a lot of fight for a team in the cup. Like we said, cup competitions are tougher to predict. These little teams can surprise you, and they just about did. They made our lives very difficult. We're not unfamiliar rather to getting bounced by a lower division team in the cup. It's happened a few times in recent years. So, but I'm glad that we got it. We got a nice draw next round against Marinhense. Don't know what division they're in. Couldn't tell you if you put a gun to my head.
I think fourth. I think.
So they're Campeonato Portugal then, because it's Primeira Liga, Liga 2, Liga 3, and then Campeonato Portugal ended up becoming the new like Division 4 when it was like the Terceira Divisão at one point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where Beira-Mar is hanging out. It's like Campeonato Portugal, I think.
I think they're in the same sort of thing. They're like in the district divisions right now or something like that.
Yeah, it's like they're like the regional divisions now. Like it's like the step up between district and like, but the step between true now. Anyways.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the thing about Strubel, the player pass? If you become
saw that. Yeah, I saw. Who was it that shared that? I think that was Chris who shared that in the group chat. And I was like, "Yo, what? Like, hang on." Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm curious on what they think they're gonna sell the guy for.
He's like, what, 25 or 20? He's only a couple years younger than us. Like, he's not a young guy. Like, he's not old.
25, and you're playing in like the districts.
Yeah.
Like, what's the rate of return you're expecting?
Like, do they think this guy's going to be the next Jamie Vardy, like Portuguese Jamie Vardy or something? Like, what are they angling at here? Because that blew my mind when I saw that. Because 25, you're in the districts, you're probably kind of at your level at that point. Not to be rude or anything. Like, you're probably making an okay living. Probably don't necessarily. Maybe you just have a part-time job on the outside of football in the off season, but.
Definitely.
Yeah, don't know about that one, Ball, but bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. Got them publicity at least. But yeah, this was just kind of a very boring kind of slog of a game to get through at times. I really don't have much to add to it. It was just kind of that. Like, there was no big standout, like positive standouts, because it just felt like everybody was just a bit sluggish coming back from that international break, it seemed.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go next quickly. Yeah, this was, I think, the definition of a painful game to watch. I've never been more frustrated, but also more bored at watching Sporting play. I was just like, it just didn't even feel like a real game almost. I was just so in awe of what I was seeing. And like we said, you can criticize the coach, and I'm going to. This was a poor setup game from Sporting. I did think Pacos played well, but I still think this is a game we should be winning. I think with the lineup as well, I think you have to send a bit more of a rotation. I understand playing Pedro Gonçalves. I don't understand playing both Hjulmand and Morita. I do think Simoes plays this game, and I think it is a different score. And I spoke to a friend of the show, Kevin, about this, because he said that Diamande shouldn't be playing 90 minutes coming back from injury. And I do agree. But just because Eduardo Quaresma was so bad, I think Rui Borges was left with no choice. I think he had to bring Quaresma off. I think it was so poor that you're sort of, I think you have to make that sub, because Quaresma wasn't improving. It was probably the worst game I've seen of him in a Sporting shirt. And I do feel harsh because, like Richard said, I think we're all big fans of Quaresma here, but just an absolute awful game from him. And it just sort of kept getting worse the more time went on. So, yeah, it was poor from him. But, yeah, I just think it was set up all wrong. I don't think Vaginita should have played either. I think this was a game for Fresneda. And I will say I didn't think João Virginia was too bad from what I remember. I don't think I can say that any of the goals were his fault. I think it was just defensive lapse in concentration mostly. And I think that is what Sporting struggled the most with this season, is concentration. And those key moments that individual errors, like we mentioned, Hjulmand against Braga, and even last year you got Diamande versus, I think it was AVS or Estrella or a team like that he makes the individual error. Rui Silva against Napoli. I think concentration is a big thing, but part of me does think, okay, fair enough, these are individual errors and you can't blame that on Rui Borges, but how many individual errors need to happen before the coach does? You're sort of like, come on, man, this can't just keep happening to every single player. There's got to be some issue there with concentration. And I think we all said it last year. I think we can say, due to injuries, that Sporting under Rui Borges in the first half, fantastic. Pressing, scoring. This second half,
a team of two halves.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think we've seen much of it this season so far. Last season was definitely worse, but I think it's just an aspect of the concentration levels dropping. I think the coach does hold some responsibility there. And I think the performances against like an Estoril wasn't great. The performance against Braga wasn't great. The performance here against Pacos wasn't great. And as much as we can blame individual errors even, I think there is a point where you start having to look at the manager and say, like, okay, what are you doing to combat this? Why are we not, for example, against Sporting Braga, why were we not 1 or 2-0 up or 3-0 up at that point? Against Estoril, how come we only were 1-0 up? But I do think as well, like Richard said, Pacos were a great, solid defensive team. And I think you do have to give them credit too. But I do think this was a game we should be winning. And it was an unnecessary 120 minutes on a team that is already showing signs of, fatigue already. It's still a very long season where I think we're just over a quarter of the way gone already. But there's still Champions League to play. We're still in all competitions, of course. We're playing the League Cup this Tuesday against Alvalade as well. So even more games to play. True. And the good thing about our squad, a good thing and a bad thing is that we've got great players, but that also means a lot of them are going to their international teams. Pedro Gonçalves, Trincao, Diamonde, Morita will probably go back. Kielman,
even the Greek boys, I mean, they're not even guaranteed starters. They both are getting constantly called up. I don't know how Greece is doing in the World Cup qualifications, but I'm assuming they're
phenomenal, right? I think, but I could be wrong.
Like even to his credit, Fresneda's going with the under-21s as well. Like
Kind as well,
Yeah, so like this is going to be a team that is going to struggle with that. So it's going to be a long season, unfortunately. But yeah, that's it from me. I think it was a poor performance, and I do think Rui Borges just have to take credit for that poor performance. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. We progress into the next round, but I think it's just an unnecessary 120 minutes. Danny, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, two things I want to start off with. One, there was a lot on the timeline of Sporting B beating Pacos 3-0 earlier in the year.
I did remark that to my dad. I said our B team killed these guys. What are they doing?
Listen, and I hear that. One, this is not how football works. All because the B team beat them 3-0 doesn't mean we have to beat them
slapping these guys. Yeah.
I mean, on paper maybe, but it's not how it works, unfortunately. Two, we did beat them at home rather than playing them at Pacos. I guess if you want an actual barometer of where the B team is, because by the way, B team under 19s loving it this season, fantastic. You want a true barometer, I guess, on where they line up against Pacos. We play them away, anyways. But nonetheless, that's not how it works. First and foremost. Secondly, yeah, it's a poor game. Definitely, it's a Tasa game. I mean, we've come up against lesser teams and lost even. So we still rotated a bit. I agree with you, Sam. I think we should have rotated even more. But looking at the state of this game, I mean, maybe we shouldn't have rotated at all. I mean, other than maybe Fotis, that I kind of enjoyed this game. Great finish on the header, by the way. I thought it was just like a poor showing, which, I mean, we're due one, especially coming off of an international break. I guess it's frustrating coming off of a Braga draw. You want to really stamp your authority, but it's also maybe that the confidence is low too. Could also be a case. This is definitely Vaginidi's worst game. Do I think this brings us major question marks on the right back side? I don't think so. I still think call me crazy, even after this poor game and the no start against Marseille, I still think we have the best right back in the league. And if it's not this year, at least next year it will be. I'm a big fan of Vaginides. Kinda had a poor game. Pot had a banger. Other than that, he was trying some things. I enjoyed Pot's game this game. Morita had a stinker. We're not talking about that enough. If we want to criticize Rui Borges, it's exactly what Sam said. This is a game for João Simões. I don't think we suffer as much as we do. This might even be a game.
This should have been the Simões game. Morita coming back from international break with that travel and stuff. This should have been the Simões game. Like he's exhausted. He didn't put him in a position to succeed either.
I agree. This might have even been a Kosh game because Human's coming off of some minutes, and Human has been coming off of some poor games as well. I would say in the Tasa you want to rotate him. So maybe this is a Kosh game. Or if this isn't a Kosh game, if you don't think Kosh is like a direct replacement to Human, then this is a time to look in January for a different defensive midfielder. I mean, there's a name I wish we still had in this team, mind you.
There's a name.
It was a great piece of business. But if Asugu's in this team, I don't know if we're getting Kosh, and that's a human replacement.
I think if you were to give me the choice, I would have preferred an Asugo over Koch.
100%.
For sure.
But again, of course it is, because he's an academy product.
I think even that aside, I just feel like it would be better. It's just better to have a guy who already knows the system,
exactly,
than a guy who probably does suit the system, but you got to teach him. You got to get him there. It's going to take him some time.
And the gelling still takes time too, because he still needs to. I mean, okay, he speaks pretty good Spanish. He still needs to get into like the Portuguese. He still needs to learn his teammates. Asugu would already kind of know. Yeah, and not saying Kosh hasn't, but Asugu would, in my opinion at least, especially at Sporting, he's eating grass to play. Whereas, as they say in Portuguese, ele comia relva. Whereas like Kosh is like, he's a bit more senior, so it's not like he has necessarily something to prove. He knows if something doesn't work out at Sporting, he can maybe get a move back to Spain,
whatever,
with like a similar salary.
You can go to another league and get a similar salary, even
exactly.
Depending on
whereas Asugu's trying to prove himself. Yeah, mind you, but that's I thought Mangas, the aura might be leaving right now with Mangas. Had another poor game.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bob.
Listen. You should have seen what the timeline was saying on Friday or Saturday. Holy
timeline was in shambles that day.
I seen a hashtag that said "Death to Mangas," bro. That shit was crazy, bro. In Portuguese, though, that shit was crazy. I hear it though. He had a poor game.
You got a poor game. Death threats on the mullet man. Settle down.
Yeah, maybe again to Sam's point. Maybe you're not fans if you're watching.
Maybe you're just a sociopath.
But nonetheless, he had a really poor game. I'm a big fan of Mateus Reis. I always have been. If we're trying to phase out Mateus Reis, Mangas is not the guy to phase him out with. Right now, Mateus Reis is much more trustworthy, not only defensively, but even moving forward than Mangas currently. But mind you, it's a bad game. We'll see. Mangas had great games earlier this season. And then my very last point, like you said, Virginia didn't have much to. Maybe he could have done better on the goals, but he didn't have much to talk about. Quaresma, I've been questioning this since preseason. Is he a defender for four in the back? Maybe he should give him a stint out at right back. He kind of looked better there. Maybe even like a DeBast in the midfield might be better for him, because defensively, maybe it was just this game, but defensively he wasn't winning a lot of challenges. No. He seems lazy. The second goal, when he tries to win the tackle, he misses it completely, and then he's walking or slow jogging back. That's not enough for me, buddy. And that led to the second goal. The first goal, again, he tries to press. He doesn't win the ball back, and we're fucked. They're through on goal. They get the goal in. I'm with you, Sam. This isn't a game for Diomande to play 90 minutes. He had no other. Rui Borges had no other choice. Quaresma had to leave because every counterattack, they kept on going through Quaresma, and it was looking threatening. The moment Quaresma came off for DeBast, not only did we start circulating the ball better, because DeBast is just better on the ball. Obviously, DeBast is a better defender than Quaresma. He's obviously a better player than Quaresma.
Yeah.
But the moment DeBast came in, it was as if I could be wrong. I feel like Pastors barely got a play in or barely got an attack in after that, just because of how much difference it made. And then even with Mateus Reis coming in for Diomande, it just felt better defensively, at least. Yeah. Like I said, it's just an ugly game. It's a Taça game. We look at our rivals. I mean, Porto played I genuinely already forgot the name. They played
fourth division team. That's
exactly. I already forgot the name. They played Samu. They played Moura. They played a bunch of their stars. They didn't even play fucking Rodrigo Moura. Nobody's talking about that. The kid barely plays. If that was Rui Borges, they'd be murdering him. Imagine if Rui Borges treated Kenda the way Farioli's playing or treating Moura right now. But because Porto,
you know who Porto played? I've never heard of these guys in my life.
Sillorinsense, exactly.
Sillorinsense. Who?
Listen,
I don't know.
I'm not one to talk.
I know
mean,
my obscure teams. I've never heard of those guys.
I've never heard of them. 1, 2. I just got Portuguese citizenship at 30 years old. Don't ask me to put them on a map.
Hey,
I have
man,
no idea where the fuck they are.
Better than me.
No idea where the fuck they are. Yeah, when I went to Portugal just now, I just wanted to flex on you guys real quick. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that our rivals played a full team and we at least rotated a bit and we still struggled. So it's a Taça game. We shake it off. At least we're through. At least we didn't lose like we have under Ruben Amorim, by the way, who I love and I will defend to the death of me. But Ruben Amorim lost to like a 4th division team in the Taça.
Ruben Amorim never won a Taça to Portugal, just saying.
And he never won a Taça to Portugal. Rui Borges has won, by the way.
You know who else has a Taça to Portugal? My guy, Marcel Kaiser.
Yeah, the double.
Yeah, he did have a double.
Yeah.
He did have a double.
Has Ruben ever won a double? Oh, yeah, we won Taça de Liga and the league, right?
We won a Taça. We won Taça Liga in the league, yeah.
And the league,
and then we won another Taça Liga with Ruben the year after.
Yeah.
And a Super Taça as well, I believe.
Yeah, we have the
one.
We have the one Super
Taça.
Super Taça counts. Super Taça counts. It doesn't count for a double, but it counts. No, it just counts though.
Yeah, it counts. It counts as a trophy.
No, it only counts if we win it. If we lose it,
facts. Like this year, it doesn't.
Taça Liga is in that territory now. It doesn't matter unless you win it. Then it's like, it matters a bit.
Yeah, Benfica won this year. I don't pay attention to these things. What?
Who did they even beat?
I stopped paying attention the moment the final whistle sounded. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea, bro.
I don't know. I don't recall. I just remember at the very next show we had like Sergio and Peter on. And I was like, "Fuck, we gotta have these Benfica boys after they beat us." Son of a bitch. They only come on when they beat us. By the way, they never come on when Benfica loses to us. I know. I'm on to you, Sergio.
We need no. It's our fault though. We need to start inviting them after the fact.
Yeah. I think we're too arrogant when we win.
Yeah, I'm on.
It's not even. No, we do it before the fact, so we're like, so it's clear. Like we're not inviting you because we won. Like this is a safe space still. Yeah. But shout out Sergio. Sergio have been killing me. Have you seen this guy went to a mechanic shop called Newcastle? He printed out a sign that said Benfica Cima Tudo. That kills me.
I love Sergio. Is one of my favorite follows on Twitter. Facts. He's such a funny dude.
Legend, bro.
Facts. Yeah. Let's get on to predictions because I unfortunately didn't have any for the Marseille game.
He's had a stinker.
Had a good
go on, Richard, take it away.
He's had a stinker. He's forgot. And look who got we didn't get any of the scores, which stinks. But look who got the exact score line.
I did pick 2 wingers, and 2 wingers did score. That should count for half a point.
That's not in the rules.
Technically, Trincão's a 10. I'm just saying. No. That's where he played today.
Nah. Yeah, we didn't have any of the goal scorers. I was so undecisive up until kickoff as to what this game was going to be. I had us losing at one point, and I was like, 10 minutes before kickoff, like, nah, 2-2. And then it was like a minute before kickoff. I'm like, nah, I'm going to back the boys for once, even though I'm doubting them. I'm going to go 2-1. And I'm so, when we went down 1-0, I was like, I should have stuck with the loss prediction. And then they tied. I'm like, okay, maybe you should have kept with the tie. And then they went the go-ahead goal. I went, all right, stop the count. Let's go. So, yeah, no points for Sam or Chris this week.
I was
Marseille game.
I was just going to say, I did say in the group chat as well that even if I did predict, I would have predicted the loss. I wouldn't have predicted the goal scorer either because I didn't think we'd win. So
I'm going to be honest. I'll probably never predict us to lose. Bayern Munich, I'm saying 1-0 Sporting win. Even it's not happening.
I don't know. I don't know if I can back the boys on that. I don't know if I can quite back the boys on that.
I'm just saying, last time I predicted a loss, There's another 3 there, so
we really, and you know what, we really just, and what pissed me off, we really deserved a 1-1 draw, and everybody knows it, which is the heartbreaking thing. We really deserved a draw in that game. It stunk. And then we also have the Taça game as well. Chris got a point just for the win. He got no goal scorers. Danny, you got a couple of goal scorers, and the fact they won. And then Sam and I had just, I think, a goal scorer each. And then we both just had them winning. Nobody had them going to extra time, which we do give an extra point if you do predict extra time and or shootouts. Not the case in this one. So 1 point for Chris, 3 points for Danny, who's had a very good week. 2 points for me and 2 points for Sam. And if you go to the leaderboard, Sam, you are actually joint tied for first with Danny.
What's it like down there, Danny? Even though we're on the same points, I'm still above you, man.
Yeah, I should be ahead, bro. My name starts with a D. His starts with an S.
No, man, goal difference.
Fourth letter in the alphabet.
Goal difference, man. I've not checked it, but I'm going to say
I've not checked goal difference. You're tied right now. I'm only a point behind. I'm very close behind. Chris, you got some work to do. You're falling behind a bit. 6 and 7 points off the leaders here. So he's got a little bit of ground to make up. But that is predictions. We can predict the Alvalade.
I was going to say, whilst we're here, we might as well.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was
that's the next
what was
one.
coming
Yeah,
up.
I thought we had.
I didn't think it was the next one.
So we play Alverca in the league on Tuesday, but we also play Alverca. Sorry, we play in the League Cup on Tuesday, but then we play Alverca on Saturday or Sunday in the league. Okay. So it's back to back.
Oh, so we have a back to back against Alverca. Okay. I'll go.
No, we have Tondela. We have Tondela Sunday.
Do we not have? I thought it was Alverca back to back, isn't it?
Samuel.
No, Sunday it's Tondela. We go to Tondela.
It is Tondela. We do have Tondela.
And then then it's
my luck. Oh, is it Tondela then Alverca?
And then
Alverca. My bad.
Okay, so we can do the Tondela. We can do the Tondela game then, if that's the first game. Okay.
Yes. My apologies.
Can I also just predict on the Alverca game?
You can. Yeah, we can. I'm fine.
Vinny Jr. Well, no. I'm not talking about the score.
Oh, okay.
Vinny Jr. and Travis Scott will be there.
I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear. That's a shame.
Can I get 1 point if either one of them are there?
If either one is there, I will as the one who runs predictions, I will give you a point. I will give you a point if one of them is there. If both are there, I'll give you the 2 points.
Rich, I just want you to know this podcast is recorded for quality assurance, training, and coaching.
He'll go back and check the tape, but I'm an honest man, so I have no reason to lie to you. That's how confident I am in saying they're not going to be there. But all right, I'll give you if one or both of them shows up, I'll give you a point.
Solid.
All right, I'll do that. I'll make a rare exception. You know.
Go on, Richard. Go over your prediction first.
Tondela 3-1. I think it's going to be Suarez, Trincão, and I'm going to go with Pot. I'm going to go with all the big boys.
Cool. Oh, I'll go next. Tondela have been pretty poor this season, so I think it's 5.
I was gonna go with that.
I'm gonna go.
I was hesitant to go bigger, just based on our recent form.
I think Suarez hat trick. I'm feeling a Suarez hat trick.
Ooh, he's getting a little rambunctious with the predictions here.
Who else will score? I'll go with Simoes. And then I feel like Trincão's due a goal as well. So actually no, because you've got Trincão. No, the Bastia's injured. Oh, see, this is why I can never do it on the spot. Let's go Diamande. I think he'll play.
You know what, Diamande off like a dirty corner deflection or something. That's fair. You know what? Change mine to 4-1. I want an own goal in there. OG. I'm gonna go.
Really quick, because I wanted to mention it for the Pacos game. I spent maybe 20 minutes of this podcast talking about how poor Fresneda can't cross, but his shit crosses actually got us an own goal. By the way.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not in this instance, anyways, Danny.
Go on, Danny.
I was just looking. So funny enough, Tondela's only loss at home was match day 2, a 1-0 loss to Famalicão.
Wow.
So with that being said, I'll make it 3-0 to Sporting.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a Fortes goal. Hot take. I think he's gonna start, and this is, of course, the game Suarez is gonna score.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
3 with Sam.
With a Inacio goal.
Okay.
And
Laura Rogue.
And I'll go with a Trincão goal as well.
Yeah, I feel like you got to go with at least one of the big boys in these predictions.
And the chat is they're after my guy. Hey man, Chat. No more attacking Trincão. That is true, though. Pot is more
Leave
than
Trincão alone.
Leave Trincão alone.
Do you want to predict the other game as well? What's here for the?
I think he's gonna probably not rotate the squad too much against Alvalade. I'm happy to pop a prediction in for that.
Listen, how long has it been since we won a Taça de Liga? Last year, I guess we lost in the final.
Since 2022.
Listen, Rui Borges, if you're watching,
that was when we won the second of our back-to-backs. Yeah.
If you're watching, this podcast wants a Taça de Liga way more than a Champions League. So with that being said,
no, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll take both personally.
I'll take both, but if you're giving me a choice,
listen, fuck the Champions League. I want a Taça de Liga, and I'm going also with a 3-0 victory.
All right.
I don't even know if it's at Alvalade or at home. I don't care. 3-0 Sporting.
I think it's at home.
It might be at home.
Even better. I'm gonna go with a Fortes goal again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a Jenny goal, and we're going to sprinkle in some Simões in this game. Surely he plays. Surely.
I'm also going to put Travis Scott in there.
Travis Scott or Vinny Jr. makes an appearance.
Appearance in brackets. I'll give you.
Listen, I get 20 points if Vinny Jr. comes from the stands and scores a fucking header.
I think we're safe on that one, Sam.
You never know with League of Portugal. They might just.
You never know.
You never know with Portugal, man.
Yeah. I'll go since you went first.
You go. I'll go last.
Garrett also saying Allison in the chat. I forgot about Allison for a second.
Yeah.
I've liked what I've seen from Alvalade this year. To be fair, they have a very solid team, and they also have Gonzalo Esteves, who is probably going to score against us because he will play.
True.
The sport is the way.
He's been playing well too. To be fair,
this is the DNA of sporting after all. Yeah,
it is.
I'm gonna go 2-1, but after extra time.
Oh no! It goes straight to penalty shots. La Liga doesn't do extra time. It goes straight to pens.
That's okay. I'll keep it.
Sam is so tempted to go pens.
Just put SCP on pens. If you
I want to go pens?
Listen, this is SCP.
Só com penalties. You can put the regulation score still. Like if you think it's gonna be 1-1 or 2-2 or whatever, and you can put SCP on pen. Yeah.
And I'll go. Who's gonna score? I'm gonna go Morita.
The 11 men, hopefully.
Morita to score randomly.
Leave Trincão alone. If you know the reference, it's the Britney Spears. Leave Britney alone. Leave Trincão alone.
He's already endured one Pedro Barbosa. See, I only had to endure him for a short time, Alf. I was too young to really be able to slander him. He left.
Can I just put you know how Danny said Travis Scott and Vinny?
Yeah.
If Camavinga is there, can I get a point?
Oh, that's what I forgot.
All right, I'll give you a point. I'll give you a point if Camavinga makes it.
He's also a shareholder?
No, but I remember he was in.
He's really good friends with.
I think Lil Baby was as well. So Richard, if you want to take Lil Baby for that one.
No, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this clean.
To be fair, if you can pull out like a rapper that hasn't been there yet, you'll get 2 points.
Yeah.
No, you just win predictions.
Season's over. Yeah, fair.
KSI is gonna show up. I'm gonna do 4-1. Again, back 4-1 predictions for me. I think it's gonna be Fortes, Suarez.
Nice.
I think Hulman.
The big boys.
And Allison off the bench.
The GOAT.
Yeah, that's smart.
No people in the stands predictions for me. I'm a man of, I don't have many things, but I have my integrity, barely.
When Travis Scott, Vinicius Jr. and Camavinga are there.
Are all together.
If they're all there, I'm going to give you each a point. I'm going to give you
and then me and Sam run away with this league. Yeah.
You win by 1 point because of Travis Scott.
Talk to me about integrity then, buddy.
Buddy, it's going to be like the 2006-7 season. Sporting and Benfica and Porto were all like separated by like a point apiece. It's like, man, if only one of you guys didn't draw like one extra game, how ridiculous that would have been.
If only one of them predicted a rapper to show up at the Alvalade game.
Just absurd stuff.
I think that's all we have to. I don't think there's been much in the way of news because
ladies are in the final 16 of the new Europa Cup. They ended up drawing, I believe, 2-2 to Rosengard away, but they already have a 3-0 win at home. So they're in the final 16. I don't know who they've been drawn against, but a bit of a deep run in the new UEFA competition. Let's hope they can continue that run, and it'd be nice to potentially be the first of anything. It's nice to be the first of anything, but to be the first winner of that would be really cool. Don't know any of the other Modalidades. That's Chris's area.
I'm just looking.
U19s today.
I can tell
U19s.
you.
What was the final score of the U19s today?
2-1. Same thing. 2-1.
Was it 2-1? Today. Wonderful.
Flavio is looking like we're about to forget Jota's name at all, that we were ever linked to him. I think it's only a matter of time before Rui Borges plays him, personally. Hopefully, actually. I shouldn't say personally, but hopefully.
Yeah.
And in other modalities, Sporting did lose the basketball, is it FIBA Cup? 98-82 to Rastavecha. Whoever they are.
Rastaman. Bomboclad. And then I think handball also lost, if I'm not mistaken.
No, so they
won,
I believe. Let me check. Yeah, they won 34-30.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, that's good. I think that's it for
that's all we can think of. We'll do when Chris comes back. We'll have a much more in-depth Modalidades section of the show.
Yeah, but I think
he's kind of become like our T-gush for stuff like that.
Is there anything else you guys can think of to mention?
No, there's not really anything overly newsworthy in the sporting world, actually.
Rui Borges' son also scored a banger in the Taça de Portugal.
I did see
that. These guys asked him about that. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. I forgot. I didn't even
Thankfully, we won. If we lost, they asked him about that.
Oh, he plays on
João Borges or some shit like that.
I never knew that. I didn't even.
He's in the third or fourth division.
Yeah, third or fourth division, though, Rich. It's nobody known. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, let's sign off. You can follow Richard when I can find it there.
There we go.
You can follow Chris, who couldn't make it today, there. You can follow Danny there. Follow myself there. Also, make sure you follow all things Alvalade. But of course, if you want some good prints, Richard, please
check out Offside Originals. I just launched the South American collection on Etsy. So you got guys from Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Uruguay, Argentina. I've got probably my favorite are the Brazil and Argentina ones. My Maradona one's fire, and then I really like the Ronaldinho one and the Kaká ones I did. So check them out. Links in the description. Take a gander and see what you like. I'll be launching my CONCACAF collection soon, next couple weeks, and then after that it is the AFCON Legends. So
nice.
Get fired up. Yeah,
and it's payday soon, so yeah, make sure you spend your money there. Basically,
Friday. I'll be splurging.
Be splurging, brother.
But other than that, thank you all for watching. We'll probably see you, I would imagine, maybe after the game next Tuesday, if not, probably a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. And peace.